What's going on, everyone? I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope that you're all having a great day, and thank you for joining me for your daily dose of Star Wars. This is a great day, everyone, because we now only have 50 days until The Last Jedi arrives. I remember making videos back in January, thinking that the movie was so far away, but we really are getting really close to it. If you watch the channel, you know I'm a Rey Skywalker believer, as I have a few videos about how that could work, maybe a little more than a few. And I have some more thoughts on that today. On the channel page, I'm going to have a new section that's specifically for Rey Skywalker videos and videos relating to Rey's parents. So if you haven't seen them all, or you just want to see them all again in a row, I'll have them there for you after you're done watching this video. When it comes to Rey Skywalker, I usually go from a theory, or I go from story similarities, but today I wanted to bring in the visuals, as I believe that they also serve a huge part into the story of who Rey is. I'm sure you've seen some of these images I'm about to show you, but there are a few things that include slides from The Last Jedi. First, I want to take a look at this one here. I've shown this to you before, I'm sure, but this is the one of the important ones. Here we have father like son, and daughter like father, and grandfather. The way Rey is holding the lightsaber is clearly a very Skywalker way to do so. Rey is in the exact same position as both Anakin and Luke, so when people say her fighting style is more like Palpatine, I would show them this image if you disagree with that. Let's continue that sequence and focus on this one now. The portion of Anakin in this one doesn't really add a whole lot for me, but here we have Rey and Luke with a very similar facial expression, both occurring after they've bested their opponent, Luke with Vader and Rey with Kylo Ren. I don't think that this would have been Daisy's natural go-to expression if she wasn't a Skywalker. After all, this isn't the only time that she's shown a familiar facial expression to Luke. We saw it in the previous image, and in this one, and then we also have this next one. Both of these shots occur the first time they face their opponent. The first time Luke faced Darth Vader, and the first time that Rey faced Kylo Ren. And both of them, again, have the same look on their face. Like father, like daughter. We also have this one, which I've also shown you. This photo shows us Luke and Rey, both on the planets we met them on, Luke on Tatooine, and Rey on Jakku. Their facial expressions are the same. Again, if all of these images were just coincidences, then I don't even know what to think and how plausible that would be. I understand that facial expressions aren't going to be enough to convince everyone, but I'm wondering if this next two might help push you along. Here we have the first film from the original trilogy in A New Hope on the left, and we have the first film from the sequel trilogy in The Force Awakens on the right. In A New Hope, Luke's mentor and role model was Obi-Wan, and in The Force Awakens, Rey's mentor was Han Solo. We each saw them face someone that they shared a huge part of their life with, and we had to watch them on opposing sides. We saw Darth Vader strike down Obi-Wan, and we saw Kylo Ren strike Han down. We then saw both Luke and Rey share the same facial expressions again, with Rey's being a little more exaggerated and dramatic. Afterwards, who consoles them both? Leia. Leia was there for Luke, and she was there for Rey. Many people wonder why Leia hugged Rey after they got back in The Force Awakens, and I think that that was just a subtle hint to indicate that Rey is a Skywalker. Before we go on to the next image from The Force Awakens, I want to set it up with this image here. The parallels are really interesting here, and it made me think. We have Rey, the daughter of the son of Anakin, and we have Kylo Ren, the son of the daughter of Anakin. George Lucas's original treatment for Episode 7 was to follow around a young cast that consisted of Luke and Leia's kids. We know they took that direction with Leia, with Kylo Ren, so why wouldn't they take that direction with Luke as well with Rey? Continuing through the film with imagery, let's take a look at another side-by-side from The Force Awakens. Here we have what I'm considering a follow-up to the previous image. We have Kylo and Rey, both with their parents. If Luke is Rey's father, that is. We have both of them pulling out the lightsabers they've been using and present it to their fathers. While the dark side corrupts Kylo Ren and he kills Han, this is contrasted by the light side imagery we have with Rey and Luke. With this green landscape, the lightly colored water surrounding them, really to emphasize that Han's son is on the dark side and Luke's daughter is a member of the light side. Now let's take a look at some of the stills from The Last Jedi. The shot style is the same from the original trilogy. I think that really explains this itself, but let's go over it. The first row of images we have Rey and Luke both surprised. Luke being surprised at Yoda and Rey being surprised at Luke. The next row is also very similar, as here, Luke is about to go into the Cave of Evil on Dagobah, and Rey's about to go into the Force Tree, where we know Luke had a vision of what could be, and I think that this is where Rey will as well. The third row here is one where both Luke and Rey are focusing, feeling the Force, and the final row is both of them going up to their teachers. A Skywalker similarity between Anakin, Luke, and Rey is that they were all good pilots. We've seen each of them don a helmet. We saw Anakin where he did during his pod race, we saw Luke wear his multiple times in the original trilogy, and we see Rey put one on while she's on Jakku, which I believe is another subtle hint that Rey's a Skywalker, because there was really no significance in her putting that on otherwise. Another Luke and Rey similarity from The Force Awakens is that we have both Luke and Rey fixing their droids. We have Rey fixing BB-8 on Jakku, and we have Luke fixing R2-D2 on Tatooine, where both of them first met the droid. During this, Rey says where she's from is a big secret, but I think that this is just another Easter egg and a subtle hint that Rey is indeed Luke's daughter. Those were the images that I wanted to focus on, but we also have a promo image of Rey and Anakin with their lightsabers holding them in the exact same position. We also have an image that depicts Anakin, Luke, and Rey wearing the same type of top here. The last one here is an image that depicts Anakin, Luke, and Rey all centered with the shot with their backs turned from the audience. That wraps things up for me here in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. If you're a daily coffee drinker and want to be one of the first to see a new video as soon as I can get it up, hit that bell down there to receive a notification on your iOS or Android device the second a new video goes live. Thank you guys for watching. As always, keep loving Star Wars. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.